And now, series legendary heavy-breathing voice, John Mulaney.
Hello. You know, on a typical episode of Letterman, it featured a huge A-lister, a TV star, and a stand-up comedian that no one in the audience recognized. Tonight, I am that comedian. I'm gonna say a few things, and it will change neither my nor your life. I am honored to be here. It's a surreal honor. I cannot think of a time that I didn't know David Letterman was funny. He is ingrained in my comedy subconscious. I met Mr. Letterman in 2015. We were both doing a show at Joint Base Andrews, formerly Andrews Air Force Base. We were part of a big group performing for a couple thousand servicewomen and servicemen, as well as President Barack Obama. Obama at that time was finishing, yes. Some not applauding, okay. Still on the fence? Yeah, all right. President Barack Obama, yes. Who at that time was finishing his run as the second to last president of the United States. I brought my mom and dad. It was the kind of show you bring your mom and dad to. I'm standing there with all the comics and with my mom and dad, and then David Letterman arrived. And all of us were nervous because David Letterman was there. And then Vice President Joe Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, First Lady Michelle Obama, and President Barack Obama arrived, and all of us were still nervous because David Letterman was there. I wanted to say hello, I couldn't, I was too intimidated. Was my dad too intimidated? No. Did my dad know who David Letterman was? Probably not. My dad is not pop culture savvy. David Letterman, David Schwimmer, and David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, are all names he has heard, but they might as well be the same person. My dad starts walking towards David Letterman with full confidence. It didn't happen in slow motion, but it felt like it happened in slow motion. I tried to signal the Secret Service, take him out before he reaches Dave. They just shrugged. My dad gets to Mr. Letterman, he looks at him, and he says, "Look at you with your big beard. You look like Moses." All of time stopped for every living, breathing thing. And then Letterman started laughing very hard. He said, "What? I look like Moses? Ha ha! I wish I was Moses." My dad made David Letterman laugh. And looking back, I'm not surprised he enjoyed that moment, because David Letterman's whole world of comedy was culled from the feeling when your Midwestern dad walks over to a legend and tells him, for no reason, that he looks like Moses. The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, I think it said to people, hey, take a break from your weird life and watch these fancy people make show business. But David Letterman's shows said to people, your weird life is just as funny as show business. And he showcased weirdos, and he showcased outsiders that nobody on TV ever had before. Yeah, Steve Allen did some of that stuff, but if Steve Allen is so great, how come he's dead? You know, one time, my wife and I were in Italy. If you haven't been, don't bother. I don't know why, I just don't like Italy that much. Anyway, they have all these paintings there, all right? And for thousands of years, people only painted Jesus. They painted Jesus and his mother and Jesus and his friends, and they painted Moses with his signature big beard. It's just thousands of paintings of religious icons. And then in the Renaissance, someone painted a bunch of grapes in a bowl. And everyone was like, what? I didn't know we could paint grapes. That is what David Letterman did for comedy. He painted grapes. Let us now take a look at a clip from the weird world of Mr. David Letterman.
We have 3,400 Alka-Seltzer tablets on this fine piece of clothing. It weighs, how much does this weigh, by the way?
70 pounds.
It's beginning to sound like the Rose Parade, isn't it? 70 pounds, and each one of these buds is living. Okay. And we have the oxygen here, and I have been asked about 12 times by various members of the staff to remind you, don't try this at home. No! Okay, here we go. Thank you very much. If this doesn't work out, Paul, I'd like you to take over.
I love you, man.